Welcome to this month's Wallace Branch Bird Talk. The holidays are in full swing, and what bird exemplifies the festive spirit better than the brilliant red northern cardinal? Today, we'll be looking at how to identify the different plumages of this bird, its range and habitat, behavior, and a few fun facts about this familiar face. Now, before we get too far, I did want to announce a little contest we're having. If you've paid attention to the Wallace Branch Library Facebook posts and crafts this month, before today, which is December 17th, you'll notice we hid some cardinals around in them. Whoever calls in and guesses the correct number of cardinals first will win a little prize pack from us here at Wallace. If no one gets it spot on, whoever got closest will win. The winner will be announced on the 22nd. The birds shown in today's talk will not count. Only those in our other Facebook posts and crafts. When you have your answer, give us a call at 706-722-6275 and we'll enter you in and give you a phone call on the 22nd if you win. Now, on to the talk. So, I'm sure most of you are already familiar with these birds, but for the sake of thoroughness, we'll go over some ID points. Adult males, which right here, they're medium, small, crested, bright red songbird with a black face mask and an orange cone-shaped bill. Females, like this one right here, are a dull brown with some red edges, such as on the wings, the tail, and the crest. You can kind of see that a little bit in this picture. So you got the red tail and the red on the wing. And then right above the adults, you can see that this is a young bird. They resemble females, except they do not have the black face mask. You see here, it's a little dark, but no face mask, just brown. And they're a little bit more scraggly overall. This bird here is probably at least 3 weeks old, and it won't attain its full adult plumage until its second summer. Like other songbirds, or passerines as they're formally known, cardinals are altricial, which means that when they just hatch, they're naked and blind, but they'll slowly grow in their feathers over approximately 2 weeks. It's about 10 to 13 days or so. You can also recognize adults by their loud cheer, cheer, whoop, whoop, whoop songs. Sometimes, due to natural molting or lice, you can see that the birds will sometimes just be straight up bald-headed. If you see this in your yard, don't worry about it. Give the bird a few weeks or so, and the feathers will grow back. So, in terms of range and habitat, the northern cardinal is primarily found in the eastern North America. It kind of goes down a little bit into Central America too. But it can be found in parts of southwestern North America as well. If you look at the range map here, you can see that the darker areas are where they're more abundant, and the lighter areas are where they're a little bit less common. Interestingly enough, they've also been introduced to Southern California. You can see this little dot right here, as well as Southern Arizona and even Hawaii. Cardinals have been expanding their range northward slowly over the years. Overall, cardinals are non-migratory and stay in roughly the same place year-round, hence their popularity as a sort of Christmas postcard bird. In terms of habitat, they're commonly found in woodlands, forest edges, and suburbs, anywhere with a nice mix of tall trees and shrubbery. They're very common residents of backyards and are easy to attract with bird feeders filled with sunflower seeds. So now to the fun stuff. So this brings us to their ecology and their behavior. Cardinals are mostly solitary, especially during the nesting season. Cardinals are highly territorial and will even attack their own reflection in windows, mistaking it for another bird. Now, if you do have this happen, this can be remedied by covering reflective surfaces and making them less reflective so the birds can't see themselves. This behavior begins in spring and will die out in late summer, early fall as the nesting season ends. In the nesting season, you can find males singing from high perches to announce his territory, but both sexes give a soft chip call year-round as well. It's a little bit less immediately identifiable, but the more you hear it and the more you actually watch the birds give vocalizations, you learn it pretty quickly. So with their large conical beak, cardinals specialize in eating seeds, but also berries and insects, particularly in the summer. So going back to what I was mentioning about the beaks, the northern cardinal is part of the family Cardinalidae, easy enough to remember, which includes the grosbeaks, which, as their name meaning big beak implies, also have cone-shaped bills that specialize in cracking open seeds. I can speak from personal experience that their bite is very painful. Alright, so now let's have some fun facts. So you may have seen pictures of yellow cardinals, like this one right here, and while it's rare, it's 100% real. It's a condition called xanthrochromism, which is when an individual's normally red feathers will grow in yellow or orange. However, plumage of birds can occasionally be different colors due to diet, such as flamingos being much paler or even white when they don't eat enough crustaceans like shrimp. But that's different from xanthrochromism. In addition, there are also 19 recognized subspecies of cardinals across the range. Their differences are usually minor, such as differences in crest size or amount of black on the face, but are distinct enough for ornithologists to recognize them as different populations. According to the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, the oldest recorded cardinal was 15 years and 9 months old. They typically live around 5 years or so, but that was a very, very old individual. While uncommon, female cardinals can and do sing just like males. It's not as common, but it does happen. And now, for another cool physiological event you may remember seeing float around the internet or the news a while ago, but cardinals have been reported with Guyandromorphism, or having half male and half female characteristics. So here's a picture of an individual who's Guyandromorphic. This was photographed in 2009. I won't go too deep into the nitty-gritty of the genetics behind the phenomena, but I figure that since we're here, I'd give a few points. According to a paper by Eric Werner of Oxford University, Guyandromorphic individuals can be bilaterally symmetrical, like this individual here, up and down, having their characteristics split down the middle, or they can be split horizontally or oblique, which means that different male and female characteristics are arranged in more patchwork, like around the individual. It's very rare and has been observed mostly in birds, but has also been seen in other kinds of animals like lobsters and mosquitoes. Scientists believe Guyandromorphism is a phenomenon that occurs early in an individual's cellular beginnings, but that's getting way beyond the scope of this talk. But that'd be fun to point out anyway. So, that's all I have for today. Here are the sources I got today's information from. Absolutely give these a look over if you'd like to learn more. Give the video a pause. Take a look and see what sort of great information you can find there. And on behalf of the Wallace Branch Library and the Augusta-Richmond County Library System, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a happy and safe holiday. Goodbye.